Tell me about how toys are changing.
Well, you're starting to see the definition of a toy fundamentally change. If you actually even just take a step back and think about games that are apps, those used to be all board games, but technically those could also be viewed as toys, as they're entertaining children, they're fun, they are a vehicle to have entertainment. But now you're also seeing physical toys be connected. Specifically, the first ones would be the electronic toys that you can now control or interact with from your iPhone or your iPad.
Now having said this, and does it strike you, though, that a lot of the effort on the part of the electronic toy makers is to capture the attention of the parents? I mean, after all, they're the ones with the money, and they're the ones that ultimately, you hope, might make the decision of what to buy and what not to buy. So I'm wondering, are they really going after just an older generation and telling them, look, these are the toys your children really want?
Well, I think it's dual-fold. I think that also the kids that are ultimately wanting to play with these toys, at very early ages, you're seeing them interact with iPhones and iPads. And now it's also the parents that understand how these things work and will want to give those to their children.
One of the things I noticed in catalogs this holiday season is the proliferation of small helicopters that can be remotely controlled. Now, I can understand in a dorm room perhaps, but this is going down the age scale when you think about it. What's up with the ability to control these little objects in the air?
You can control them. You can control helicopters, Hot Wheels. You can control with your iPhone, and it'll use the accelerometer in your phone, and it actually gives you additional functionality and just another dynamic that you can have when you're interacting with all these electronics that you've been used to controlling with a traditional remote for years.
Now, in the use of your iPhone or your iPad, is this something that Apple is counting on? Because we know that there's an effort afoot to be able to control your appliances from your iPhone and your iPad. Is this just an extension of that?
Yeah, I think throughout all of next year in 2013, you're going to see a lot of different types of hardware start to become integrated or connected. And this phenomenon of the connected device, of traditional hardware being melded with software, and now you're going to be able to control it with your iPhone or your iPad or tablet or Android phone as well. And that's going to happen in a lot of different industries, specifically in this context toys, but in many others as well.
Does that mean that everybody in the family is going to have some kind of smart device, because you're not going to be able to operate your helicopter or a Hot Wheel without having an iPhone?
Most people already have these devices, and it's just going to become harder and harder to not have one anymore.
Do you think that the cost is going to come down?
Your Android devices are typically less expensive than, say, Apple or iOS devices. And with Windows coming into the market, and now there'll just be more competition, which will definitely work to the benefit of the consumer.
What about using branded names such as Barbie and then just applying them to the electronic mobile world?
Well, that's an area that actually has been a little bit slower to take on. Your Barbie figures or your action figures. Actually, Activision, the video game maker, came out with their own line of action figures that were a branch of the actual video game, and those did very, very well. And now you can start to see this idea of a connected world with your action figures and having them grow and be connected with mobile and all of these other areas that years ago were never really a possibility.
Is any of this stuff on your holiday shopping list soon?
Definitely, and not just for experimentation purposes.